Good afternoon, everybody. Well, I just read an interesting bit on the news here. It's about his name is Christopher Hubbard, Hubbart. He is 62 years old. Now, he's been in trouble with the law, they said, ever since he was a senior in high school. He is better known as the Pillowcase rapist. He, when he was a senior in high school, up until his first year of college, he would just grope women as they walked by, just reach out and grab their breast as they walked by. And so in 1970, from 1971 until 1982, he had attacked 38 women, meaning he had either groped them or he raped most of them. And this is how he would do it. He would drive by their homes in Los Angeles County or in the LA area, and I think some in San Francisco. And he would look for garage doors that were open. This meant that the man of the house had already left to go to work. In his mind, that's what it meant. And then another thing he would also look for would be children's toys, figuring that the women are home alone with their child, and them being mothers are going to be protective of their children, so they would be more apt to cooperate with anything he wanted to do. And he would go into their house, and he would bind their hands, and then he would put a pillowcase over their head while he raped them. He was put in a mental institution in, I think it was in 72, I think. He was put in a mental institution. Well, in 79, he was released from the mental institution, and the mental institution was saying that he had been rehabilitated and that he was ready to be released back into the public, and he was no longer a danger to society. So that was in 79, and so right after he was released, he was sent back because he had attacked more women in the same manner. He was paroled in 1990, saying that, he was ready to be released back out to public, and he was on parole, and they were going to watch him and blah, blah, blah. And hadn't been out very long, and he attacked a jogger and was sent back to prison, where he's been ever since. But now, the reason he's making news now is his release date is coming up, where he will be paroled again in early December of this year. I'm not sure who's setting this up, but he is already set up with a home. His home will be located at 17132 Laredo Drive in Los Angeles, California. The people in that neighborhood do not want him there, but the court says he's rehabilitated, and once you're released, I guess they figure you're free to live anywhere you want to. Because of his status as a rapist, he cannot live within so many, so far from a daycare or a school. And I don't believe there's any school in that area. A lot of the women are afraid because they're saying, how can they lay down and go to sleep at night knowing, he could come into their house? How can they sleep? It's not fair to these people. It's not fair to take somebody like that and throw them in your neighborhood. It's not fair. So, one woman, Kayla Irwin, lives across the street from the house that Christopher is going to be living in. And she says she's thinking about starting a daycare center because he can't live in that neighborhood if there is a daycare center. So I say good for Kayla. And I say a lot of the women ought to get together and make that daycare center happen, and they better make it happen quick. I don't know why they seem to think that he's going to be okay just because he's 62. No, he's been doing this since he was a young teenage boy. And when he gets out, it's going to happen again. It's just a matter of time. So what do you think? Do you think that, and this address too is in Antelope Valley. Do you know anybody in California that lives in that area? Have you ever heard about the Pillowcase rapist? And do you think he should be released into a community? You know this community is filled with men and women, but you know they are more than likely to have teenage daughters, young daughters. You would not want that in your neighborhood either. So what do you think? And what do you think would be the best solution? I say go, Kayla. Get that daycare center in there. And until next time, bye-bye.